right, about to go. Let's take it back to 2-man. Good evening, guys and girls, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the FFTV FPL live transfer stream, game week 3. And I've got my football friend Crypto with me. Crypto, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Very
It's been
good.
a busy day, hasn't it? We've both knackered. You had a little cat nap, though, didn't you?
I just had a siesta, so I'm not feeling too bad. But yeah,
I wish I had. But guys in the chat, I'm not going to spend too. Thank you for being in here, Matthew, Harvey, Red Raw, Emotion. I will bring the chat up as I can, but because the deadline's in about less than half an hour and we've got transfers to make, we're going to go straight into it. Crypto, do you want to do yours first? Should we do yours first?
Oh yeah. Let me
bring up your screen.
Cool.
So, guys, you're going to watch us as we make live transfers. Make sure you are. The deadline is at 6:30. If you've got any changes to make, whether it's you changing your captain, whether you're changing your formation, substitutions, or transfers, as we're going to, please make sure you do it before 6:30. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on this weekend's deadline. First game this week is the Chelsea-Luton game at 8 o'clock tonight. So, guys, get your transfers in quickly. So, Crypto, talk me through what you're going to do, what you're looking to do.
So, I'm not sure how well Newcastle are going to perform against Liverpool. So I'm tempted to sub the Newcastle players out. But at the same time, I actually think Forest are going to beat Man United. So I think the first transfer I'm going to make is taking Fernandes off.
Big call.
It's a big call, but you know.
Okay, who are you thinking of replacing him with? And guys in the chat, is he doing the right thing, or should he leave it one more week?
I need to see how many points I've got left.
How much have you got ITB, bro? ITB in the bank. How much you got in the bank? Scroll up a bit. Let's have a look. Are you on the no? You need to go on the transfers tab.
I'm a noob to this, by the way, as you know.
So
if we can just backtrack slightly and say that the first week's team that I picked.
If I see you taking too long, I'm just going to do mine. you got 0.4 million.
I got 0.4 remaining.
Yes.
Let's go for Fernandes. Let's see who we've got.
Yeah, who are you bringing on for? Let's see who you got. Who did you have on your subs bench anyway?
Subs bench. You can't see it on this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can. Sorry.
So
I've got Almiron on the
Almiron
bench. I mean, I could bring Almiron.
I'll be honest. I'd be tempted not to take out my new player when they're facing. Sorry, guys in the chat, but yeah, when they're facing Forest this weekend.
I mean, that's sacrilege, mate.
I know, but I'm leaving Rashford in for that reason. I'll take him out next week, but I think he's gonna. It'll be. You know what? I'd kick myself. And I'm talking FPL, so this is my Forest hat off. This is my FPL hat on, and I'm keeping him in, mate. So I would.
It's whether Rashford is, because it's whether.
I wouldn't try. It's up to you, bro. It's totally up to you. So Rashford's 500,000 more. I don't think you've got enough in the bank.
I've got 0.4. Yeah. Unless what I do is I go for the sub route and put Almiron on, and then.
Or you go for the hot players at the moment, which are top of that list on your right, Mbeumo, Mitoma.
Yeah, I know Mbeumo has been
and they'll give you plenty left in the bank. And not to tell you that, but I've got Mitoma in mind, and I'm soon looking to bring maybe Solly March in as well.
Yeah, I'm tempted to get some Brighton players in there because I've been doing really well.
Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion. What I do with what
give me your opinion.
If you're desperate to swap out one of your midfielders, I would swap out Almiron and I'd bring in either Mbeumo or Mitoma or March, either one of those three. If I were you, I would leave my new ones in for now. I leave Arsenal in for now because if you look at the fixtures coming up for the teams as well, so we got to try and look 2-3 games at least ahead. 2-3.
Yeah, that's why I put Fernandes in there in the first place.
So that would be my call, but it's
the thing is, mate. I listened to your call in week 1, and I would have been top of the league if I'd just done what if I stuck with what I went with.
Well, go with your gut because there's no hard and fast.
You know what? I really don't. I
answer.
don't like Fernandes as a player. I might put him Buemo on or
Okay.
Matoma. I'm gonna go Matoma.
Go for it.
And then you don't think I should triple captain, do you? But I reckon Haaland's going to have a really good week against Sheffield United.
I agree. But triple captain, you normally say for a double game week because you get 2 games in that week and it counts as like 1 game week, basically. So you get 2 shots. So imagine he scores he's got a double game week and he scores hat-trick in both games. You're getting triple points for both games. So that's when you'd use tactically, guys. And let me know if you're in the chat if you agree. But that's tactically how you would use your triple captain and your subs bench chip as well.
Yeah, potentially. That Sheffield
I'm no expert. I'm no expert.
Sheffield United.
I've talked you out of it, and it'll be another game week 1.
I know. I just know that if I don't go with my gut,
go with your gut, but do it quickly.
I'll tell you what. I'll lock this in. I won't go triple captain.
Lock in your sub first, your transfer first, and then you'd have to go to the pick your team tab.
I'm going to lose 4 points. I think I must have made one already.
You must have made one already.
Oh, it was probably Walker. I think I had. Who did I have in there before? I can't remember. I had another Man City defender in there.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I had Shaw in there.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's injured.
Yeah, Luke Shaw. So I swapped him out. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I just hope that Newcastle can do Liverpool over. And yeah. But
guys in the chat,
there's 20 minutes till it shuts.
Guys in the chat, just to remind you that that's not what I want to show you. Just to remind you to if you be so kind, to give us a vote for the Football Content Awards. The deadline is on the 3rd of September, so it's not long to go before they close a voting. And just to remind you of the categories that we're in for. So if you can, these are categories where we're hoping to be nominated for. It's a best podcast, and that's for Forest Fan TV. So if you type in Forest Fan TV and beat the drop, because that's what we're putting up in that category. And then you've got the best new content creator award, which just pop in Forest Fan TV, and hopefully the best club content creator Premier League award, and again just pop in Forest Fan TV on that. If you'd be so kind to do that, it would help us massively, and it will, I mean, we're humble anyway, and we just kind of thank you enough for all the support you've given us over the last year or so. But yeah, this would really show, kind of show your appreciation to us. But yeah, if you can do that, guys, it's pinned in the chat, so just click on the link and then put that vote in for us if you can. But yeah, back to you, Crypto. Have you made that is that
I think that's it. I don't want to keep losing 4 points, so I think I might stick with that.
You don't want to lose any more points. So are you going to so go to your pick your team tab, and then you want to you only pick a team tab. So make sure that's a starting lineup that you want. And if you want a triple captain, mate, you go ahead and triple captain. I'm not going to talk you out of it. I don't want to, guys. I don't want him to blame me. So just
I don't mind having you to blame though, because it's like a scapegoat. When first place got taken away from me week 1, I was like, Ez, what have you done? But
and Harvey and the rest of the guys, you can do it as many times as you want. You can vote as many times as you want. So knock yourselves out. It's a bank holiday weekend. Just keep voting. So you're not going to triple captain him?
No, I'm going to listen to your advice.
Whoa! Don't blame it on me. No, just say you've decided. Don't let me talk you out of it.
No, everyone clip this. I'm going to take Ez's advice and not do triple captain on Haaland. Okay.
He's going to score
4 against Sheffield United, then
he will.
So be it.
We saw how shit they were. We made them look half decent. We made them look half decent, unfortunately. Okay, are you happy? Final answer?
I'm locked in.
Locked in. Okay, right. So I'm going to flip it over to mine. And apologies, guys. It's in dark mode, but it's staying in dark mode. I don't care. Right. So I've already taken out the player I'm taking out. That's not the right screen. Let me come out of that. I don't want to share my.
Just for those who are watching, the reason we're having to rush this bit through is because the transfer deadline closes at 6:30.
Close at 6:30. Yeah, I need to stop that. I need to share my Don't need to share my screen. I need to share my thingy. Hang on. Guys, just bear with us while we're sorting. I'm sorting my shit out. I need to share entire screen. And I will click onto... No.
Guys in the chat who watched the previous stream was Twist any more annoyed by the ending. I stopped watching about half 5, but he looked pretty annoyed halfway through.
Right, guys. So I am taking out Callum Wilson. I'm kind of disappointed that he's not getting enough minutes. So for me, I don't want a headache with my strikers. Typically, I reckon he'll probably score against Liverpool. Now I'm going to take him out, but I'm taking out Callum Wilson, which means I've got 8.4 million in the bank. I've put the poll in the chat of the 4 options that I've given you. Now it's up to you. If you're going to troll me, yeah. See, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. We're going to all go a 1 year.
It's
one you will, yeah. Well, one you will eventually come into my team, but not with the fixtures that we've got coming up. So I'll tell you who my favorite is, and it's the second favorite in the chat. There is Alvarez. Weiss is fantastic as well. I've already got Mbeumo in, but I think I'm going to close because otherwise the time's running out, and I don't want to miss out because it does sometimes clog the website. So I'm going to go with Alvarez. So let's flip back on. So,
are you meant to be sharing the screen, mate, or not?
Am I not sharing a screen?
I can't see it. I don't know if the chat can.
Oh God, I'm not. Am I? It's all fun and games, right? Come on, add to stream.
There we go.
Sorry. I was just playing around myself. Clearly, right. So yeah, I'm just to show you guys. It was Wilson that I was taking out, and it leaves me 8.4 in the bank, which is plenty, more than I need. Yeah, I'm going to go with what I think is actually the right choice. Awoniyi will come into my team. Don't get me wrong, and he will score. I know he'll score points along the way, but I just don't like our fixtures, especially our away fixtures. So until that tidies up a bit, I'm not going to go for Taiwo. But Julian Alvarez has really impressed me, and I think his price is going to shoot. It's already gone up. He was 6.5. He's gone up to 6.6. I'm adding him. I'm doing it, crypto.
What formation are you playing? 4-4-2?
No, yeah, 3-5-2.
3-5-2.
Yeah, and I've gone double Man City. I think if one doesn't score, the other will. And Alvarez is a very unselfish player as well, so he's good for assists as well. I'm locking it in, guys. Any objections? 3, 2, 1. I'm not playing no free hit. Right. Oh, yeah. I will bring that up as well because talk me through your free hit. I just want to show you my team that I'm going in with for this week. Let me just bring it out a little bit so you can see a bit more. If it lets me. It's not going to let me. Right. So one of the main... I had Turner in goal last week. As it turned out, Turner and Onana only scored 2 points, so it didn't really make any difference. I'm sticking with Chilwell, especially against Luton. I think he's basically playing as a left winger. So you've got a centre back, a defender playing as a left winger. So defenders get a lot more points for when they get an assist and a goal. It's a good chance to get high points. If he's not already in your team, guys, I'd get him in at some point. I ended up leaving Konsa on the bench last week, and he had 7 or 8 points, and I missed out on him. But Gabriel isn't getting the game time, although he might do this week. So I'm going to leave. I've swapped out Gabriel from Arsenal, and I bought Konsa in and Estupiñán. He's just sooner or later I might end up captaining him every week because he's just so solid. 11-point haul last week. It's fantastic. And as you can see, my midfield, I have kept Rashford in. I'll keep him in for one more game.
Mate.
I know. I'm tempted to swap out Saka for Odegaard though, because it depends whether or not it's a permanent switch off penalty takers for Arsenal because Saka was a penalty taker last season, and that's what gets him a bit more value in the team for me over Odegaard. But Odegaard took a winning penalty against Crystal Palace on Monday. Now, if he's going to stay on him, then I'm going to switch him out for Odegaard. But for now, I'll stick Saka in. We've got a great run of fixtures coming up. I'll just give you a quick look at them. So Arsenal's next few fixtures, if it will show me.
You see, I don't know
So
these
that's
little
grading.
outs.
If you say again.
I don't know these little ins and out tricks where you can
Okay,
see
so yeah, no, this is all about finding out everybody's levels and help you along the way. So you can see what his next set of games are and the FPL rating on the games, the fixture difficulty rating, as you can see there. Obviously, like I've said before, it's not set in stone. There's no guarantee any team can beat any other team in the league, but this is how they're grading their next set of fixtures. So until they get to Man City, I mean, even Man United, we're only giving them a 3. It shows how strong they believe they are at the moment. So if you have a look at it, they're the next set of fixtures. For me, it would be foolish not to have Arsenal players in there at the moment. So Saka and Martinelli stay in. Martinelli I bought in game week 1 because of his record against Forest. It's fantastic. But I don't want to... We still got 14 minutes until the window closes, guys. So keep an eye on your time. And if you need to make any changes, make those changes. But I don't think I'm going to make any other changes to my team. I'm going to leave Haaland as my captain. I might be tipped. No, I'm not going to triple captain.
Don't triple captain. No, I'm not.
I'm not going to troll. I'm not going to troll you like that, bro.
Don't troll me. You already
if you
trolled
look,
me week 1.
If you have a look at my midfield, I've had Mbeumo. In fact, Mbeumo was sat on the bench game week 1 because he was injured. He was going into that weekend, and I didn't watch the Brentford press conference to see whether or not he was fit to play. Ended up leaving him on the bench. Scored a penalty in that first game, so I missed out on 7 points from him. But he's been fantastic. If you click on his information, it'll give you a breakdown of what he's done so far this season. And then you can also look at his past history if you want to. But let's have a look at their fixtures coming up. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. Tough one away to Newcastle. And then they've got Everton and Forest, our beloved Forest. Good chance for him to continue getting points. And he's a reason why I'm certainly... Anybody who's already got him in won't be taking him out. And if you haven't already got him in, get him in before his price rises. So another thing, Crypto, to be aware of is that when the players are playing well and lots of FPL players are buying them, then their price goes up. Yeah, and so when you're buying them, when you're selling, say you've got on the flip side, you could have a player whose price has also gone up. And then you want to cash in on them. So say, for example, you bought a player and he was 7 million when you bought him, and then his value's gone up to 7.4. There is a tax when you sell him. So you lose 0.2. So you'd only get back 7.2 rather than the 7.4. And it works the other way as well. When you're signing a player, you pay that extra bit of a premium on it. So there are things to be wary of. If a player's doing really well, and there are tabs on here, which I'll go through with you guys to show you where, and this is the official Premier League page for all things FPL Premier League, and as you can see, and there's everything there. I'm going to talk you through, guys, some of the tabs on here, so you can have a understanding of the information that you can pick up on here. And there's also lots of other FPL streams that go on, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit addicted to them. They're always on in the background, so I'm listening to all these experts. But you know what? I'm doing better than most of the experts at the moment. And
wait, where are you in the league?
I'm going to show you the leaderboard in a second because I can't wait to show you. Obviously, I will show you who's leading our leaderboard. But you can see by my bench as well. So Turner's on the bench. He's going to get game time. He's a good cheap goalkeeper to have on a bench, somebody who's guaranteed. Areola seems to be the other one who's in that bracket price-wise that is people are having as a backup goalkeeper. Mubama in pre-season was getting a lot of minutes and he was looking really tasty, but he's not played a single minute so far. I might switch him out for another cheap player. Now I've got some money in the bank, or ITB as they call it. And Shaw is injured, so I've benched him this week. And as I mentioned already, Gabriel, he'll probably play this weekend, like I said, because their left back is out. He got suspended, but he's just not been a starter for Arsenal. And I don't know if he's going to stick around there much longer either. There's rumours of him being touted by the Saudis as well. I mean, who isn't, to be fair? But I'm happy with my team going into game week 3. And the one change I've made in terms of my squad is I've brought in Julian Alvarez, and he goes straight in for me. So I've got a double Man City front line against Sheffield United. You got to be looking at it. Let's have a quick look at their fixtures actually while I'm on them. So if you have a look at Man City's next set of fixtures, again, they look really, really good. I think it's above 90% of teams have got FPL managers have got Haaland in there. Not many have got I think it's only 17%. 17% have got Alvarez in there. So he's what you call a differential, because there's a lot of teams that haven't got him in. So you want to be looking for players that are not in everybody's team that are value. There is a bit of a science to it, but like I said, there's nothing set in stone either. What you can do is try and find the best players, check their stats out and all that. But what you can't guarantee is whether they'll play well or not. As Man U fans will tell you all too well, and anybody who's got had Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes in their FPL team, like ourselves, will tell you. But like I say, I'm going to give him one more week. Rashford gets one more week with me, and then he's out. Because their fixtures, if I just quickly show you, actually, after Nottingham Forest, they've got Arsenal coming up next, and then a very good Brighton team. I'd even give Brighton a 4 on the fixture difficulty rating. But then it does get a little bit easier against like Burnley and Crystal Palace. But the way they've started, they've been shocking. So if from a Forest point of view, there's no better time to play them, is there, Crypto?
Best time. They've been crap, so it's the best time to play them. That stream that Wolverine just did with Twist and Mo. If you haven't seen that, go and have a look at it, because it was quite funny.
It's entertaining, isn't it?
Twist was getting very defensive, but Man United have been crap so far, and I can't see where they're going to improve, to be honest. And they're always going to be the second team in Manchester. So I feel sorry for the people who grew up as glory supporters for Man United and then saw no glory. But
don't feel sorry for Man U fans, mate. That's where you're going wrong. Right, so we're going to go into our fantasy Premier League. But I just want to point out that I'm doing all right, guys. I'm doing all right. Second in one league, fourth in ours. But the runaway leader at the moment, he's not that far away, actually. I'm right. There's a few players right up his tailpipe. But Elanga Golden Boot winner is our leader for the second week running. And I'm just going to bring up his team. He scored 61, fantastic 61 points. And another thing that I always look at the stats as well. So his where his ranking is overall, his game week ranking, his points for the week, but highest points scored by any team in game week 2 and what the average point score was. So they're all nice little stats to have a look at. And let's have a quick look at his team.
I like how he's got a Wani in there, staying faithful to Forest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you watched last week's stream, guys. I did say I'm tempted to. I knew Taiwo would score. I should have bought him in, but so what? So he's got Saliba and Estupiñán, and he got a point off Shaw, but Shaw got injured last. So his defense, Onana, like I mentioned earlier, only got 2 points. So it didn't really make a difference. But I swapped him out for Turner because they both got 2 points. Diaby, not a good point scorer from last week. The points he's picked up really is by not only putting Taiwo in, but captaining him, because Haaland only got you 4 points as a captain, but Taiwo has doubled up. So he's done him proud. And obviously, I've talked about Matoma, and he's had a fantastic week. So I'll be interesting to see if the young man, woman, I'm not sure who it is, has made any changes for a team, because they've got some serious injuries there. The bench is very weak at the moment. Ended up leaving 10 points on the bench with Areola last week, and Onana only got 2. So that's one place that we probably could have done a little bit better on. But you never know. Like I say, I expected Forest not to concede a goal last week, but we did concede one. So as you can see, here is our leaderboard, and guys, there's not much in it. He's within 20 points. But shout out to Tim, Gus Brooks, Nicholas Jane, Alfie, Charlie Brooks, Barney, Byron, Kyle Walker, Gareth Smith, Adam Cooper, Ben White. See, I thought that was you for a second, but you're not Ben White. You're Mr. Langford, a bit further down. But I want to give a shout out to
Where's the rest
Owen.
of the FFT team?
Yeah, exactly. I know. Well, let's embarrass a few people. Let's go all the way down. Shout out to Owen, Dino's young man, and there's another special one. Once I get to him, my man Warren as well. Couldn't be bothered to come up with a name. Where is he? Let me find. Our mate Matthew as well, who we met at the barbecue. We'll keep going. If you see you guys, oh, there he is. Right. He's in the top 50 though. Our own Dino, Forest of Dino, Dean Spencer. Let's have a look at his team actually for a laugh. Let's have a look at how. For a laugh. He had a decent week. 62. He's had a decent week though. He's got Flecken in goal, and Flecken got in 6 points. And like me, he had Gabriel in as well. So Gabriel's been a disappointment so far this season. He was brave, got Gvardiol in. How would you pronounce it, mate?
I'd say Gvardiol.
Vardiol, yeah, I don't pronounce the G.
Kind of a silent G.
No, it makes me sound like a yeah. Estupian, like I said, if you haven't got him in, guys, get him in. He's great value. Let me see what is.
Yeah, they've been getting loads of points.
5.2 million. Yeah, decent, very decent. Yeah, he's already got 18 points this season after 2 game weeks, and also looking at the bonus points that they get, and he's had 4 bonus points, so that's really good signs. Return with Bruno Fernandes, Odegaard. Like I said, we've got the winning goal. Took the penalty off my boy Saka, and he went double Man U and double Arsenal midfield, which I know a lot of the experts went that way as well. Be interesting to see if he stuck with them, made any subs this week. We'll find out next week, won't we? And again, he's another one. Watkins was a big popular player. He got an assist last week, but he hasn't hit a goal yet. And of course, unfortunately, Haaland drew a blank last week as well. But looking at his bench, I think he needs. Yeah, I think there's some work to be done, Dino, on that side of it. But your starting lineup, unless these 2 boys, the Man U boys, start hitting some form, I think they could be out after this game week. So it'll be interesting to see if he's made any changes. But he's gone with, same as me, he's gone with a 3-5-2 as well. So let's carry on. We'll go on to, and we got over 100 people in 100 teams in the FPL league as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me see if there's any. Crypto, shout me out when you're there. There he is.
I'm straight after Dino, so
yeah, straight after Dino. Yeah, right up Dino's ass, like I thought you would be. Let me see if there's any more names that I.
2 minutes.
There he is. Young Simon Jones. That's the one I was looking for. I thought he'd be rocketing up there, mate, but he's had what? Okay.
Yeah. His team's not exactly out of this world, is it? As so.
Average week, I don't know, mate. I'm waiting for a full moon, mate. Maybe something decent might happen for him. But he's got Ramsdale in goal. Ramsdale's still holding on to the top spot, even with Raya coming in. So it'll be interesting to see if that does change. Maybe it'll be a European thing. Do you reckon Raya will be given the given the Champions League? Because if that is the case, can't see Ramsdale being happy with that. Could you?
Yeah, no, I can't imagine Ramsdale want to. No, he's not going to be happy with that. Or
he's going to want to play Champions League, certainly.
Yeah,
so, obviously, I understand the competition.
He deserves it as well. I mean, he's a good goalkeeper. So
yeah, he is. But they've bought in Raya, and they haven't bought him just to not play him and just to have him as a backup. So it'll be interesting to see how Arteta plays that throughout the season. Is midfield. See, Maddison's another one. I think he's a 70. Yeah, he's an injury doubt for this weekend, but I'm sure he'll be fine. I haven't seen any of the press conferences. So that's another thing, guys. Before you make your final decisions, it's also always worth holding on, especially if there's players with 75% knocks of chances of playing, to see what is said in the press conference on the lead up to the game. Usually the managers will tell you if a player's going to be considered, or whether he's totally out for the weekend. So it's always worth watching those before you make your final decisions, because I've made that mistake many a
Spurs
times.
are good as well. Made Man United look even
Mate,
worse.
and going back to what I was saying earlier about fixtures, this is when their fixtures start getting a little bit more palatable for them. So if you have a look at amount of green fixtures that we've got, taken out of Arsenal and Liverpool games, they've got a lot of games that are winnable for them, or should be winnable for them. So that's why I think a lot of fans of FPL players, and certainly the experts, have been touting for going for either Chelsea or Arsenal, Tottenham players, because of their fixtures. So like I mentioned earlier, always worth looking at the fixtures and the games coming up ahead. Sorry, go on, mate.
It was interesting because it looked like they played with a bit more freedom now that Kane's actually gone.
100%.
All of the balls weren't being fed through to him, like they were, playing out further on the wings, etc.
That and on top of that, they're not playing the low block. We thought our low block was bad at times last season. Theirs was shocking, mate. So yeah, they're not playing that style. So it does give them the fans are enjoying it anyway. It's more attacking football. You're going to create more chances. Maddison eventually will be one of the main players. Their major problem for me for Tottenham is they've not got a striker. Richarlison isn't in number 9. It makes much more sense for me to have Son playing as a number 9, but he's been persisting with Richarlison. I don't know for how much longer, unless they've got somebody lined up to come in. But front line, he went. So last week, Sai went for a 3-4-3 in terms of his formation. It'd be interesting to see if he changes it this week. Like myself, he's also got Wilson in as a striker. He went with João Pedro. João Pedro has been a disappointment because he's just not had the game time. He's just not had the game time at all. If you look at his minutes played, look at the stats, so you can see how many minutes they played. The last game he only played 33 minutes, but he scored in the opening game and then he didn't.
Because don't players get an extra point just for playing 60 minutes?
Yes, so you got to get past a certain level of minutes, you get a point just for doing that. And if you get played, so you want to basically you want to try and sign players who are guaranteed minutes, guaranteed game time, and more often than not will play the 90 minutes. Like Gibbs White is a great shout. He plays 90 minutes most games. He plays almost every single game. And we were talking about in the stream the other day, weren't we, about when's the last time Cooper took him off or substituted him without an injury? It's just not happened. But it'd be interesting to see for game week 3 if Sai's made any changes to his formation lineup, or where he's made any transfers. So let's catch up with him next week. So at the moment, he's not far behind you, is he, in the table? But to be honest, don't be put off, guys, by the positioning, because
it's a bit misleading, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be misleading because you'd end up with a bunch of players on a set amount of points, and there's like 10 places until the next one. Where am I going to? Bear with me, guys. So
I think MGW could have done with being taken off last week in the second half against Sheffield.
You reckon?
Yeah, I thought he had a good first half, but second half everyone was pretty poor.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a fair comment, to be fair. Where has my tab gone? Fantasy. Here we go. I don't know what this fancy draft is, by the way, guys. I might look into it for next season, but I think it's something just to keep you busy during the close season. Right. Right. Okay. That's something that's why it's not working. Right. So something to be aware of. The transfer deadline has closed, so then they go into basically slow mode. You're not going to be able to make any more changes or even check your team out. So we'll go back.
Yeah, this is what just happened with the Predictor League website.
Yeah, just the two of it. Yeah, I just got my predictions in time. But sorry, guys, if I've been ignoring the chat. But I've got no mod today, so I'm doing this all on my own. So, guys, what did you think of our transfers? Let me know in the chat. Crypto, what did you think of mine? Are you?
I mean, well, you're obviously doing well, so I'm half tempted to follow your advice, but that first week really screwed me over. But yeah, no, you're doing well. It was the my game week 2 was awful. I was just having a look at who I had. Let me just find who I
Let
had
me bring
my
yours.
game week.
Shall I bring it up?
Yeah, bring it up if you can.
Excuse me.
Because the first week I did it, I think I was 4th. If I triple captained Haaland, I would have been top dog. But
yes.
But then last week was pretty bad. I didn't score that many points.
And what else did you do last week? You've played your wild card.
I played my wild card. Which
your wild card
work.
chip.
It didn't work because it was the worst week I've had so far.
Yeah. So again, like I say, it's a learning curve. So from my understanding of how to use the wildcard, so wildcard I'd usually use in a game week and this will be towards the end of the season, when there's not a lot of games on and you still want to pick up maximum points. So what you can do is switch out your entire team for about 1 week and put in players from teams that are playing. So it might only be 4 or 5 games that weekend. So and then you can put those players in, and then it'll revert back to your previous team the following week. So you're not stuck with those players. So it's just a 1 week off, and that's best way to really play that chip.
It's a bit weird though, isn't it? I'm the same as Ben in the chat. It's a bit weird because that first game against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I was I wasn't that disappointed that we lost because I had loads of Arsenal players in my team. So it's a bit. That's why I don't want Man United players in this time. I want to just go straight full out Forest.
I mean, like I said, with just my FPL hat on, I was tempted. Yeah, well, I ended up doing it anyway. It's locked in, whatever I think about it now or not. But I had to give Rashford 1 more week because he's playing against Forest.
He played pretty well last season, kind of first half of the season.
Yeah, because he was being played in his right position. He's not a striker. He's not a number 9, is he?
Now they've got like a Nana playing it like Cam. Last time, half of the pitch against Spurs.
Well, I've put him back in, like I say, back in my goal. If he does prove to be I know he will be a liability at times, but as long as it doesn't cost me points, because he still makes saves and his distribution's still decent. Until that happens, until his mistakes become really costly, like say he got away with the penalty shout against Wolves, didn't he? Which was a blatant penalty. And if that starts becoming a problem and he's costing me points, then I'll take him out. But at the moment, I think he's a pretty solid goalkeeper to have in there.
Yeah.
But I don't take my FPL hat off. I hope he concedes a few goals tomorrow, mate. Because the other option was either him or Turner. They're my 2 goalkeepers, so I switched him out for Turner. But I don't mind taking him.
My view on it is that Man United aren't playing well. They're there for the taking. Like, there's no pressure on us to beat Man United, so let's just go for it. And if we lose, we lose. But it's better than trying to low block to a draw or something, which is probably not going to work. I think it's if we've ever had a better time of beating Man United, it's now. So let's just go for it. And if we lose, then so be it.
Absolutely. So if you've got any Chelsea players in your squad, which I have, I've got Chilwell. I think Chilwell's in. Yes, I was. Nathan Jackson was the other one who was on that poll, but I was tempted to bring in because he's looked decent. He hasn't scored a goal yet, but going back to what I was saying about their run of fixtures coming up, he's going to score sooner or later, and I think might be one of those streaky players where he scores one and he starts bagging a couple. But initially, prior to the season started, I had Nkunku. I can't say his name properly without Nkunku in my team, and then obviously he got injured and he's out till after Christmas at least, and it could be a little bit longer before he actually starts playing for them. That was a real shame, and it's a shame for them because I think they still need a striker.
Tony's point as well. One of the questions I was going to ask during AFCON, what happens then? Can you only still get 1 transfer a week?
Yeah, I don't think the transfer situation changes. So with your transfers, if you don't make a transfer for Yeah, if you don't make a transfer 1 week, then the next week you get 2 transfers. You get 2 free transfers, so it carries you over one. I had 2 free transfers coming into this weekend. I've only used one of them, so next week I'll get 2 again. So you can get 2, and you'd either, because I don't know, because you played your wild card last week, so you must have made more. I'm just wondering.
Man, I'm a proper noob. I didn't realize that I was losing 4 points for every transfer until Monk told me, and then I was like, "Oh crap!" I think I lost like 12 points last week in transfers.
But no, because you wouldn't know, because you used your thingy, didn't you? You used your wild card.
Oh yeah. I think I changed it again before the deadline.
You wouldn't have lost any points on that. But anything above your allotted free transfers. So you either get 1 or 2 free transfers. It doesn't go any higher than that. So if you don't use 2, then the following week you don't get 3, for example. You stick on 2. But any you do above your allotted free transfers cost you 4 points for each one, and it comes off at the end of the game week, so you won't see your score affected. You think, oh, I've scored like 60 odd points, and then you've made 3 transfers above your allotted one, and you're going to get 12 points taken off at the end of a game week when they tally all the points up. So another thing to bear in mind. So don't be too loose with your transfers, and like I say, where you can, try and plan 3 or 4 game weeks in advance. So if you do need to make a change, you're only needing to change 1 player or 2 players, and you're not needing to switch out your whole squad. But also, guys, don't forget you have got your chip to transfer out your whole team. I forget the name of it, but you can use that up until the end of the year. Wait till the transfer window is finished before you know what all the squads are. I would actually wait until the Saudi transfer window finishes, because their transfer window closes after hours, and there's still a chance that top players. Mo Salah's the latest ones who's been touted. Have you seen that?
Because it's quite funny though, because Liverpool have had like, is it 6 or 7 players have rejected them, and now their best player wants to leave.
Yeah.
So
have you seen what he's been quoted? What's been quoted at his weekly wage? The 1.8 million. 1.8 million a week. And I'll remind you guys, tax free as well. You know, he's not paying a penny's tax on that. So that could happen after our transfer window closes. If that happens, Liverpool are in the shit. So they would hope they'd hope that out of loyalty he wouldn't do that to them. But there's every possibility that top players could still be snapped up. That's why the Aurier deal for me can wait a little bit longer. If there is some truth in the Saudis' interest in our right back,
there's got to be something there though, because we've already got Williams. We already had a backup. Right back.
And we're being linked with even more players today.
We seem to be linked with a lot of wing backs and right and left backs. But
we'll talk about in the stream, which is coming up at 7 o'clock, guys. So as soon as we're finished here, watch out. We might end up finishing a little early just to give me time to go and pray before the stream. But we got a go live at 7 o'clock on the FFTV channel. So make sure you do tune in for that. I will be joining the guys. Previewing the Man U game. We've got plenty to talk about. Obviously, after we had that amazing live breaking news show last night, so we've still got the odds and ends to pick out of that. Forest Ant hopefully will be joining us as well. So it'll be myself, Ant, Wolverine, and of course Dino. And I'm sure Crypto will be in the chat for us, modding and helping us out. I've just talked you into it, mate. You didn't agree to do that at all, did you? But yeah, hopefully, and hopefully you'll all be there, guys, as well. So just do hang around. I think we've probably done as much as we're going to do for this stream. Just to remind you of what's pinned in the chat, the Football Content Awards, guys. Please, if you haven't already, and even if you have already, because you can vote more than once, please give us go on there and give us a vote. And the three categories we're being nominated for is, we'll start with the overall best club content creator in the Premier League, and just type in Forest Fan TV in that section. And then you've got the best new content creator, and again, just type in Forest Fan TV if you don't mind in that section. And for the best podcast section, we had so much fantastic feedback on the Beat the Drop show at the end of last season. We wanted to just start it already. You know, that's how well it went, and the feedback, everybody loved it. It's one of our most definitely most commented shows that we did last season. So we'd love to have that nominated for the best podcast. So in the best podcast category, if you type in Forest Fan TV and then Beat the Drop, that would help us out massively. And guys, we really appreciate all your support. Thank you for being in the chat today, guys. Really couldn't do this stuff without you guys. You're such an inspiration. We do these shows just on the cuff, and everybody just jumps on and helps us out. And yeah, it's quite humbling. And Crypto's a massive fan, and you know, someone we met through the channel. It's mad, you know, and we've become friends, haven't we, Crypto? It's mad how
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to be one of our football friends, make sure you come to the next barbecue for a start.
Yeah, shout out to all you guys as well. The amount of work you guys put in is crazy. All of the content that gets released is amazing. So keeps people like me and everyone who's watching, gives people things to do. You know, if you get to my age and you know you've got a sad life with a hat and a missus, and you're going balding and you're getting fatter and fatter, you know, there's nothing better than watching the FFTV content. So
absolutely. But yeah, later, dudes. Yeah, we'll catch up, and make sure you join us on FFTV Go live stream for the Man United preview at 7 o'clock. But guys, we're gonna sign out. Thank you, Crypto, so much for jumping on with me and sharing your team.
No worries.
Hopefully, mate, that not triple captain in Haaland is not going to come back to bite.
I'm sure it will.
You'll be knocking at my door, mate, if that happens. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications button, and make sure you've subscribed to FFTV, the High Press, and of course the main channel. See you at 7 o'clock over on the main channel. And peace out, guys. Any last? No, you haven't got time for last words, mate. So
last words. Come on, you Reds.